Hi everybody, I'm here. I'm putting the focus a little differently on the camera today because I'm going to be playing through book 2. If you don't know who I am, I'm Marlene Moore, creator of the Back to Basics piano method, and this is a teacher training program. Before we start, I just wanted to remind you of these lovely cards that I got from Amazon that are blank. And you can put whatever you want on the other side. They're very good. Just use a magic marker, one of those Sharpies. It works great. Good for all kinds of games. Good for teaching rhythms, kinds of notes, any kind of sight reading, matching up games, rhythms, rests, notation of all descriptions. I just did these by hand. Saves a lot of money to do it by hand. They're not expensive. They're on Amazon. They're under the playing cards section, and they're blank. They're great. I also got this dandy little tool. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. This is just one of those dry erase boards with a dry erase marker. Make sure that you use a dry erase on it. This was not very expensive. You know those metal boards now, the ones that have the tiny little magnetic things that go on, they're about $45 now. So I can't afford that. So I just got this kind and I'll draw my own in. It's much easier that way. And it's particularly good for the back to basics concept because we're always using the keyboard first to show the children where the notes live. So I thought you might like to get one of those. Amazon. I think they have them at other stores and so on too. Today I thought I would run through the rote pieces in Back to Basics Book 1, just to give you an idea of what they are, in case you don't have the book yet. You will need the book. There are rote pieces and sight pieces. This is the easy one, of course. The sight pieces gradually get harder, and the rote pieces get ahead of the sight reading because we're teaching them by rote. By book 3, by the end of book 3 or the beginning of book 4, the sight reading and the rote pieces, the ability to do both is about equal. Right now, the sight pieces are slightly behind the other ones, and that's perfectly normal because we're training their ear first. Peanut butter. If the child can't do a wrist staccato in the beginning, that's fine. You can work up to it. But that's the final goal, is the wrist staccato, a nice bye-bye kind of wrist staccato. Butterfly. The children like to color the butterfly too. Hopping. Jump, jump, sit. And this will be the first time that they've actually had a sit down part. Jump, jump, sit. In the book, the sit part is with an accent and a staccato note. It's actually supposed to be just an accent. So we've got staccato, staccato, accent all the way through. Good idea to have them say the story too, as in jump, jump, sit. Or this one, run, pony, run, pony. A good idea to have them say the little story, but not all the time, only the first few times that they're doing it. Teachers that have children sing or say things constantly through a piece are not really hearing the piano music, and we are teaching them to play the piano. We're not singing teachers, we're piano teachers. That's the difference. Turtle walking, turtle walking, turtle walking. Very slow, and that of course is their very first legato piece. And then we move to the left hand, and they know all of these pieces by now because they've been doing them over and over up here. So we don't do middle C, we do the C above middle C and the C below middle C. Have you noticed that I've gotten my piano tuned? Yes, the tuner came 2 days ago, and it sounds so much better. I just love having a piano that's tuned. Peanut butter left hand. And again, they can color Mr. Squirrel and Miss Butterfly here. Also, they can make some little butterflies for down here. They don't mind this kind of repetition. Children love repetition. So again, butterfly with staccato left hand. Hopping left hand. Nice loose wrist. And then jump, jump, sit will be the first time they're actually having a sit down note. Jump, jump, sit. And run, pony. Run, pony. Turtle walking, slowly. Turtle walking. Nice legato. And in case you don't know, a little helpful hint is for legato is always keep the fingers as close to the key as you can for the coming up part so that you can grab that sound and hit it again. When it's almost up to the top, it's time to press down again. It takes a bit of practice, but it works. Keep the hands and the fingers nice and low. Now we come to the part where it is all legato. It's a little bit faster, 16th notes, and it's really saying 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but the children will know it as up the hill and down the hill. And repeat. Left hand. And repeat. We know that's an exercise. That's a great piano exercise to get the fingers moving. We know that. Don't tell the children that it's an exercise. That's like telling a child that their medicine is good for them, or the vegetables good for them. It just doesn't work. It's saying up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and stop. And then it repeats, does it again. Up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and stop. Same thing with the left hand. Up the hill and down the hill. And up the hill and down the hill and stop. And repeat. One of my favorite pictures is on this page of children going up the hill and down the hill on their toboggans. It's a winter scene, and it reminds me of my childhood in Northern Ontario, where we used to go up the hill and down the hill non-stop all the time. Have the children color the pictures and talk about the pictures. The name of the artist who did all of the illustrations for all of the Back to Basics books, her name is Judy Doris Jansen, and she did some lovely work. I like her work also in this one, which is Teeter-Totter. You don't see too many teeter-totters that are like this anymore. There's one of the bad little kid here bumping the other kid, of course, and that's the end of the piece here. We know this as an Alberti bass. The children will know it as teeter-totter because that's what it's saying. Teeter-totter, teeter-totter. Did you hear the bump? It's at the very end. How many teeter-totters are there? I show them on the page, even though it's a rote teaching piece, and I'm showing them down here. I show them, I say, let's count the teeter-totters. That's what a teeter-totter looks like. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 teeter-totters before we get to the bump. Okay, let's count them. 1 teeter-totter, 2 teeter-totters, and so on. And that usually works. Okay, Sailing in the Moonlight, we all know this one, is to introduce them to their first real melody. It's easy, it's only on 3 keys, and they can do it quite well. The words are sailing in the moonlight with a pleasant breeze. I can play my song now using just 3 keys. And that's a kind of security measure here, using just 3 keys. I know there's more to the song, but for this level of piano, that's probably enough for them. Sailing in the moonlight with a pleasant breeze, I can hear my song now using just 3 keys. If you have a child who's playing like this, the staccato pieces are really going to help. Use a ruler or your finger to hold their wrist up. This is a low wrist idea. Always check their seating and their posture. This is usually from a child who is sitting too low. I hope you're going to invest in adjustable bench. I find them very, very helpful. It's good too to find out from the parent what kind of piano the child has at home, and we hardly ever ask this, what kind of piano bench do they have? I usually get them to take a picture of it for me, because what you'll usually see is the kitchen chair with a couple of pillows on top, and that really does not work. I look at it this way, you know, if parents can invest in piano lessons, they can also afford a piano bench that is going to seat the child properly. As my dear piano teacher used to say, her name was Sister Immaculata, by the way. Sister Immaculata used to say to me, "You only play as well as you can sit." I used to think she was a bit nuts to say that, but you know what? She was right. We can only play as well as we can sit. Here comes Merrily We Roll Along. This gives them a little more of a melody, rhythmic idea. Don't forget now we're into the part where we're doing melody. Also known as Mary Had a Little Lamb. You can do either way. This one is called Merrily We Roll Along. And again, it's on 5 keys, but it's leaving out 1. Do you notice that? 3 keys. And then this is the first time they're going to be going up from E to G. And then back to the 3 keys. So you see how everything is introduced very, very gradually. And I think this is good because I, for one, never like a lot of stuff thrown at me at once. You know, the old idea of having to learn it all at once and then go home and memorize that. That's not a fun way to learn. And we're supposed to be teaching love, achievement, freedom, fun. Let's make it the fun way. All right, the children love this piece. It's called Up the Hill and Jump Jump, Down the Hill and Bump Bump, Up the Hill and Jump Jump, Down the Hill and Stop. Repeat. Left hand. This is probably getting a little more advanced for them because they're using 5 keys. We've got a combination of legato and staccato. So you can practice both of those things there. And the words are helping them too. Again, go through the words in the beginning, not after they can play it really well. They want to be able to hear the piano because that's what we're learning. Up the hill and jump, jump, down the hill and bump, bump, up the hill and jump, jump, down the hill and stop. And then repeat, and then the left hand again. All right, it says scale of C major on the bottom down here. I don't know if you can see that or not. You really need a book. Let's talk about how we're going to teach that. I see all kinds of C majors that are so bad. I watch everybody playing on YouTube and on Facebook, and I see so much of this kind of thing and so much of it playing on the nails and falling down and sitting wrong, and after a while I can't watch anymore. I want to reach out to be able to help these people, but you can't help everybody, right? But we can do it ourselves here on our Back to Basics Piano Teachers group. For any scale, and starting with C major. Thumb is the star. I tell the little children that thumb is the bunny. The bunny lives here. The bunny's going to go down the hole because the fox is coming to eat the bunny if the bunny doesn't get down the hole. Where's the hole? It's under the hand. It's under the hand. And I said, can you move your thumb right over to your fourth finger? Oh yeah, they can do that. But can they do it this way? There's the rabbit. He's going down the hole. Did it get over to here? Did it get that far? Because that's what we need to do with piano. That thumb needs to be always, always, always going under. Always moving that thumb under. That's how we learn to play fast. Okay, so, see? Thumb under. The fox is going to get that rabbit if it's not under. See, he can't see the rabbit. He can't even smell him as long as that thumb gets under. Very slowly. Fingers lifting, thumb under again on G, because we have to do that every time we play the thumb. Don't teach left hand until the student is fully functional with that. But the left hand is the same idea. All the fingers. Third finger over. And then play the fox and rabbit game here. Thumb under. Thumb. F. Thumb under. So we get the idea of holding that thumb underneath where it's supposed to be for when they get older and do really hard work. This piece is really neat for Valentine's Day because they get to color all the hearts and make little hearts. I ask them, who do you love? And they will write down in here, I love my mommy, I love my daddy, I love my dog, whoever they love. And I'll usually say, do you love me too? And yes, they usually do, usually. And we know what this is. It's a broken triad. But to the children, it's an I love you. I love you, I love you. And there are 7, just like teeter-totter, there are 7 I love yous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the ending. I love you, I love you. And a little bit of positive reinforcement happening here. The story here. My piano will sing for me. I like to hear my piano sing. I am teaching my fingers how to play the piano. My fingers are doing very well. Try to keep it positive. And the fait accompli at the end. Now I'm finished my book 1. And that's very exciting. Very exciting because it's made up of triads. And guess what? Now I'm finished my book 1. I can play my songs for fun. And the left hand, same idea. Don't tell them they're just triads, broken triads. Hands together. And they get so excited when they get that piece really good. So work just on the right hand for one lesson. If the child is not a prodigy, work on just the left hand for another lesson. Work on both hands for the third lesson. But you know what? Usually they're so happy to do it that they want to work for this certificate. And it says Certificate of Promotion. The child's name has successfully completed Back to Basics Piano Method Book 1 and is now ready to begin Back to Basics Piano Method Book 2. So next time we're going to talk about Book 2. I have so many things planned. We're going to talk about improvising, composition, sight reading, practicing, dealing with parents. Oh, the list goes on and on. Very exciting. Okay, everybody, have a good week. I'll see you next week, and stay safe. Bye for now.